Up Britain's water system, the plan aiming to bring in more investment from the water companies themselves. Also a ban on wet wipes that contain plastic and tougher penalties for the polluters. Let's have a listen to what she had to say earlier.
We've got a comprehensive plan for water that's designed to tackle pollution at source, also how it's treated, and to increase the penalties on people who do the polluting. Well, there's been a call for evidence in the past where the government has considered it, and we've already seen some retailers like Boots and Tesco's already stop selling those wet wipes that have plastic in them. Now we're just going to complete it and just ban plastic from wet wipes for good. A lot of things that we do have to go through formal consultation first, as when we bring forward legislation, and therefore we will be making sure it gets delivered within the year.
Well, that was Therese Coffey speaking earlier. Now, let's tell you, we tried contacting many water companies who have yet to comment on this, and no reaction as yet officially. But, of course, the whole issue will be this unlimited fine and whether that will persuade many of these water companies to limit these various discharges. In detail, more than 1,500 sewage dumps on beaches, blue flag beaches in particular, 8,500 hours of them being soiled in total last year. Well, our national reporter Theo Chikomba can join us now from Henley-on-Thames, or the River Thames there, which looks a bit murky behind you, Theo, but is the problem there in the inland waterways as well as along our coastline?
Yes, good afternoon. Well, we are in Henley-on-Thames. As you can probably see, the water is just here on our left side. But the problem they have here is with sewage. Campaigners for years now have been saying this situation needs to be solved. Now, the government's plans have got so many things in them which apply to different sectors, whether it's the companies themselves or whether it's what's happening in the rivers locally as well. A problem particularly is seeing bottles like this. Having walked across the side of the river here this morning and this afternoon, there's tennis balls in there, bottles, you name it, people throwing in there, which has an impact on the environment and biodiversity. For example, aquatic invertebrates. If many of things like this go into the water, they're not able to breathe, as well as sewage because of oxygen which they need to breathe, as they can't come onto the mainland. Now, earlier this afternoon I spoke to some local residents about what they think of the new government plans and whether they'll take a dip in here if they don't feel it's safe to do so.
I don't think I'd swim anywhere or ask my grandchildren to swim anywhere that didn't have a blue flag.
People come down here to do recreation, and you see them every day. Like, even through the winter, they're coming here and swimming, and the kids coming here and paddling on the water. So it's good to have clean water. My kids, we don't let them swim in the river just because I spend a lot of time on here and I see a lot of stuff in the river, and I really don't want them swimming in it.
Well, in the last few days, a Welsh water company have announced that around 600,000 hours of discharge has gone into the waters in Wales. So it's not just a problem in England and Scotland, but also in Wales. And as you mentioned in the introduction, around the country and beaches as people prepare to head to them this summer. So it's still an opportunity. We're waiting to hear from Ofwat, the regulator, and of course water companies, as well as they make a response to what the government has said. In the past, water companies say it costs a lot of money to improve the infrastructure so that we don't see sewage go into the water causing pollution. But that is something we'll be waiting to hear from those companies directly.